Do you think Everton have made their decision on both these counts now and that he goes?
I think he'll get done. Listening to Frank there, I think he'll get done. I think the obvious thing is getting some bodies in the building maybe before they let him go, because otherwise you're leaving yourself wide open. Brozier would be part of the deal for me. I would insist on that. I think he's a terrific
As opposed to
talent.
Gallagher?
They've got midfielders. They've just spent loads of money on Onana. They've got other midfielders there who can. Iwobi's been playing central. They've got Allen to come in if need be. There's lots of midfielders there. Well, actually, I don't know if Allen's still there, but the striking position with Calvert-Lewin being injured and Richarlison leaving, goals. They played all right first couple of games. They've done all right. They're just in the final third. They look toothless. So Brozier would be a real asset to them. I thought he was really good at Southampton in a struggling side. He's physical. He's energetic. He's high intensity, which the fans would love, and he can score a goal. So I think that's what he'll be doing. He'll be looking to get someone in from Chelsea, probably Brozier, and then they still need more. Yeah,
but Danny, if they get 60 million for Gordon plus Brozier, are Everton getting the better side of the deal then?
I think it would be crazy to turn that down, because you are buying potential. I'm a big fan of him, by the way. I think he could go on to be a really special player, but 60 million for potential and a striker, they'd probably have to do that on loan, I would imagine.
So if you're Farhad, Simon, are you saying this morning, yeah, do it? In view of what Danny's saying, 60 plus Brozier, do it.
Yeah, I think you're in a territory if you're massively overpaying. If Todd Bowley wants to lead with his chin, checkbook, whatever else, and pay top money for players, and a player's already expressed an interest in going, and there's a greater need to be able to supplement the challenges that Everton have got because of this slight challenge of financial fair play and their restrictions upon how they have to sell to buy. Yeah, I would be unhappy about it because it sends out a signal that my academy is just there for other people to take from it whenever they choose once I've got a proof of concept in my first team. I wouldn't like that, but I would be making it Chelsea work for it, A, with the cheque they have to write, and B, Conor Gallagher's not... I mean, if I'm Conor Gallagher, I'd hate to be hearing this, quite frankly, because I've just gone back to Chelsea to get back in their side. I really wouldn't be comfortable with suggesting I'm going to be punted out to Everton at this moment in time as a make-weight.
I think Gallagher's staying now. I think with the injury to Kante as well, he started at the weekend, although it wasn't his best game. I think Tuchel will give him a run. You know, he's earned the chance. I don't see Gallagher as part of any deal. Everton are all right midfielder. They're all right. They've got numbers. I think they need to get. I think Brozier's a key part of this deal. The other problem is, and Simon will know better than I, but as soon as you get, it happened to Liverpool when they got the money in for Coutinho, and then Southampton moved the goalposts on Van Dijk. You're looking at a player. If you want to buy a player from Palace, if you're Everton, just use Palace as an example.
Depends where they're shopping, Dan, isn't it? If they're shopping somewhere else,
you're still going to add a bit on, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, if they're buying a £15 million forward and they've got to pay £18 million, then they'll have to get over it, won't they?
Yeah, true.
And understand the little bit of tax that people say, hang on, we know there's £60 million burning a hole in your pocket.
Yeah.
Everton will tell us it's not burning a hole in our pocket. Look at the restrictions we're under. We've got to manage ourselves in a certain way. We've got to get permission from the Premier League to be able to buy players, and we've got to watch what we're doing. So it isn't quite like that.
Yeah.
So they'll play possum as well. This is a deal which is not a tragedy because I'm overcooking it there, but it's a sadness because it's an academy player that's been produced in the Everton way.
Yeah, and I think also from the player. Sorry, Sash. From the player's perspective, and I always try and look at it from being the player. I understand his desire to want to play Champions League and win the biggest silverware you can win. I get it, and he's not going to do that at Everton. I do get that. Opportunities don't always come along twice, but I do believe that long term he'll benefit from staying and playing every week.
Does he make Chelsea better?
Do you not think it's beyond that now, though, Danny?
Yeah, I do. But I'm just saying, I do think from a football educated playing he's new to the Premier League. If he plays another full season and gains gets his experience and learns a little playing against the great players every week rather than sitting on the bench.
Yeah, but Danny, if Everton end up staving off relegation as they did last season, that's not a better deal for Gordon, is it, to be fair to the player?
No, and I'm giving you both sides.
And incidentally, Danny, you know a player and a top player when you see one. Is Gordon going to be a top player? I
think he's got the attributes to do it very well, yeah. I think.
Is he going to make Chelsea better as they stand?
Not instantaneously. Is that a word? Instantaneously?
Yeah.
I don't think straight away. I think he adds competition, and I think it gives them then the green light to let Pulisic and Ziyech leave. Because he's
that's what you believe will happen at Chelsea.
I'd have Gordon ahead of those two.
Really?
Yeah. Ziyech technically is brilliant, but doesn't put the yards in like Gordon. He's not as tenacious. He's not as passionate.
So where are we at? Are we at? Yeah, it looks like Gordon will go, but maybe not Fofana. Or are we saying it looks like both will go?
I think both will go. I think they'll both get done.
Yeah. Do you think Brendan's handling that quite well at Leicester?
I don't think Brendan's in the mix.
No, I don't.
I think Brendan's been put out in front of the camera like the puppet out of Punch and Judy. Well, he's getting whacked by the alligator.
Yeah, he's popped him out to train with the 23s.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's put in a very invidious position because the player's challenging his authority.
Well, he didn't come into training.
He didn't come into training.
You go and train. You don't train.
So Brendan's left. If he's left like a neutered dog, he's got to show the rest of the squad that he's got some degree of authority over the situation. So get over there. All right, okay. You don't want to come in training. When you do come in, you're over there with that, and that's the only thing Brendan can do.
Yeah. Look, for Brendan, I think it's quite an easy decision. If he's got any power, I'd be saying,
give me the money.
I'd be saying, get the deal done, because Leicester aren't in trouble. They've got too much quality. They've been near the top 4 the 2 seasons previous to last. They're not going to do that this season.
But he's in trouble. Irrespective of Leicester not going to get relegated, if they start occupying the middle to bottom half of the Premier League, he's out of a job.
Maybe, but Fofana's not going to keep him in one.
The thing is, it suits Brendan, though, to get this done, Simon. The clock's ticking. He needs to get somebody in if Fofana goes.
That's what they'll be looking at now.
Well, that's what he's got to tell his owners. Peel, get off the pot. Pick a price. Tell Chelsea what that price is and tell them to do one if they don't reach it.
Poor producer Luke there. He needs a dumb button for Tyson Fury. He now needs it for Simon Jordan.
I didn't swear.
Danny, it might be you and I from this point onwards.
Consummate professionals, Jim.
Correct.
Full stop.
Correct, my friend. As you saw right at the top of the show,
well, when you and I
had a production meeting coming in.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.